Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at Last Resort for the Neo Geo CD. This shoot 'em up was developed and published by SNK and released in 1992, and it's of course also available for the AES and MVS. The plot is set sometime in the future when a computer virus has taken over a man-made space colony, including all of its defense capabilities, and now it's attacking the Earth. You are mankind's last defense against this cyber invader. It's a pretty cool plot for a shooter, and it makes possible environments and enemies pulled straight out of films like Blade Runner and Terminator. Very cool. The first word that comes to mind when I think of Last Resort is difficult. This is a really tough shooter. I actually think it was SNK's goal to make their own version of Gradius. The main thing that makes it so tough is that you die with one hit, and then you're sent back to a checkpoint with all of your power-ups taken away. And speaking of power-ups, there are a variety of them in Last Resort. You'll get lasers, missiles, and best of all, an orb that follows your ship and can fire in all directions. This orb also acts as a shield and can deflect smaller attacks, and you can even charge it up and launch it at your enemies to do a ton of damage. How far you're able to get in this game really hinges on how effectively you can use the orb. There are certain sections that are pretty much impossible to get through without it. Aside from that, this is a really straightforward shooter with some tight controls and fun gameplay. It's just a tad frustrating at times. You really need a lot of repeat playthroughs to get all of the patterns down. At the end of each stage is a boss battle with some sort of huge machine that has a weak spot that you have to aim for to cause damage, and these can also be really challenging and a lot of fun. Overall, this is a really exceptional shoot 'em up. I had a lot of fun with it and hurled quite a few expletives at my TV screen at the same time. Last Resort sports some pretty excellent graphics, especially considering it came out in 1992. I would have thought it was released at least a few years later. All of the stages are very detailed and feature a wide variety of designs and color schemes. I especially love the first stage, which looks like a scene straight out of Blade Runner, and I absolutely love the boss designs, my favorite again being from the first stage. You fight the giant torso of a Terminator that shoots at you with its spinal cord and vomits scrap metal at you. Excellent. The sound design is also outstanding. This is probably one of the better soundtracks you're going to hear on a Neo Geo game. I'm actually surprised it didn't get a CD release. You'll hear plenty of techno and even some borderline heavy metal / industrial tracks. On the whole, this is a very well-made game with some outstanding graphics and sound, in addition to its awesome gameplay. I can easily recommend this game to fans of old school, hyper difficult shoot 'em ups. It's great. Taking a look online, the CD version is the cheapest, as is pretty much always the case, It goes for about $50 on average versus the several hundred for the AES cartridge. So if you're in the market for a fun, difficult, and all-around kick-ass shooter, then SNK has got you covered. It's last resort, and it's awesome.